Hello all, welcome to Physics Learning Point. Today our topic is valence bond theory. In previous video we have discussed valence shell electron pair repulsion theory. Valence shell electron pair repulsion theory fails to explain bond strength of covalent compounds. To explain the bond strengths of covalent compounds, a quantum mechanical model generally called valency bond theory was suggested by the scientist Linus Pauling. Covalent bond is formed due to mutual sharing of electrons between two atoms. Whenever two atoms come close to each other, then each atom contributes one electron and a pair of electrons are formed. Then this pair is mutually shared by two atoms. Then this is called covalent bond. How this pairing of electrons done in covalent compounds? According to valency bond theory, whenever two atoms come close to each other, the orbitals which have unpaired electrons are overlapped, and these overlapped orbitals are mutually shared by the two atoms. So for example, let us discuss the formation of hydrogen gas. We know that hydrogen has one electron and one more hydrogen also has one more unpaired electron. When these two hydrogen atoms are come close to each other, then first hydrogen contributes one electron and the second hydrogen contributes one electron, and these two combined together formed a pair of electrons, and this pair is shared by two hydrogens. So to share these two electrons and two s orbitals of two hydrogens overlapped on one another, and these overlapped orbitals are shared by two hydrogens. In this way, the valency bond theory mainly explains the covalent bond is formed due to overlapping of unpaired electron orbitals. So then here, as the overlapping is increases, the strength of the greater the overlapping and greater the bond strength. If overlapping is less, then bond strength is less. In this way, the valency bond theory explains the bond strength. Overlapping of orbital gives directional characteristic for the covalent bond other than overlapping of s orbital. This overlapped orbitals attracted by the both the atoms, nuclei of both the atoms, and each atom in the covalent bond maintains their own orbitals along with the overlapping orbitals which belongs to both the atoms. According to bond theory, if two or more bonds are formed or multiple bonds are formed, the overlapping may be two types. The first bond is formed due to overlapping of orbitals along the line inner nucleus axis, which lead to strong overlap and gives the bond. Then the bond is called sigma bond. Sigma bond is stronger bond because here the overlapping is takes place end to end overlap directly along the line which is combining two nucleus. So the overlapping in sigma bond is greater. Then once sigma bond is formed, it is not possible to form again the bond along the inner nucleus axis. So the other orbitals will form the bond by overlapping sideway. So here the first bond is sigma bond. So end to end overlap. Okay. Once the sigma bond is formed, then the second bond is formed by the overlapping of electrons in sideway. When the orbitals are overlapping in sideway, then that bond is said to be pi bond. So the pi bond is weaker then sigma bond, and the sigma bond is independent. Okay, because without pi bond the sigma bond can form. If the single bond is there between two atoms, then that bond must be sigma bond. To form the pi bond, if sigma bond is present in that, and the second bond will be that pi bond. Let us discuss some more examples which are related to this overlapping of bond and which decides the bond strength. So first let us discuss the formation of chlorine gas. So here first we are discussing the formation of chlorine. We know that the atomic number of chlorine is 17 and its electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p5. So here in outermost orbit that chlorine has 7 electrons, especially in the p orbital of third shell, that 5 electrons are present, that is px, py, pz. So 1 electron in px, py, pz, and paired electron in px, paired electron in py, but the pz orbital has lone electron in the chlorine. So when two chlorines come close to each other, the two chlorines have the unpaired pz orbitals. So then these two orbitals overlapped and sigma bond is formed between. So two electrons are shared by two chlorine atoms. This is this pair is covalent bond pair electrons. So then this is about the formation of sigma bond between pz and pz in the chlorine. So in this way the overlapping of pz orbitals takes place in chlorine. So the bond after overlapping, the new p orbital will be like this, two electrons will be like this. So this is about the formation of or single bond present in the formation of chlorine gas. And next come to the formation of hydrochloric acid, HCl, hydrogen chloride. So hydrogen chloride, we know that hydrogen has only one electron, its atomic number is 1 and one electron in 1s orbital. Then chlorine has, just before as we learned, it has 1s2 17 electrons, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p5, or pz orbital. Px has 2 electrons and 3py has 2 electrons and 3pz has 1 electrons. And when hydrogen atom and chlorine atom come close to each other, then 1s orbital and 3pz orbital of chlorine overlapped on each other and forms bond and forms sigma bond between s orbital and pz orbital. So these two electrons are shared by the hydrogen as well as chlorine. So in this way the sigma bond is formed in the hydrogen chloride. Next come to the formation of double bond in the oxygen. So how the oxygen forms double bond? So we know that oxygen, the atomic number of oxygen is 8, its electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2 and 2p4. So in the 2p orbital, we know that oxygen has 4 electrons in 2px, 2py, 2pz. So 1 electron in 2px, 2py, 2pz. So 4 electrons are there. So 2px has paired electron also. Then 2py and 2pz orbitals of the oxygen have unpaired electrons. So to get stability, 2p5 orbital and 2pz orbital needs 1 electrons. For that, when two oxygens come close to each other, two oxygen come close to each other, then this is the pz orbital and this is the py orbital. So py orbital has 1 electron and pz orbital has 1 electron, and one more oxygen also has 2 unpaired pz orbital and also px orbitals. So this is pz and this is py orbitals, and first pz and pz orbital overlapped along the line which is combining two nucleus. So then here first the bond is formed, sigma bond between two bz orbitals. So two electrons are shared after overlapping, and here it is the sigma bond between pz and pz of orbitals of two oxygens. So then already sigma bond is formed, then it is not possible to form end to end overlap is not possible. So because two py orbitals they overlap laterally, and which leads to form a pi bond between py and py orbitals. So here one bond is sigma bond, and this is overlap takes place end to end and forms a strong sigma bond, and already sigma bond is formed. So for py orbitals of both oxygen, it is not possible to form one more sigma bond, so they overlap sideways, then it leads to formation of pi bond between py and py. This is double bond in the oxygen. And let us discuss triple bond in the nitrogen, formation of triple bond in nitrogen. So first nitrogen, we know that its atomic number is 7, then its electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. So 3 2p orbitals, px, py, pz, px, 2py, 2pz orbitals. 3 orbitals are unpaired electrons. So to get stability, nitrogen requires 3 more electrons. When two nitrogens come close to each other, then the first nitrogen has px unpaired electron and py unpaired electron. Let us say this is the px and py, and here pz also unpaired electrons. So 3 orbitals of p, 2px, 2py, 2pz have only single electron. Similarly, second nitrogen also has px, py single electrons, unpaired electrons, and pz also single electrons. Then first the bond is formed, px, py and pz. Then first px and px overlaps along the inner nuclear axis and leads to end overlap and forms sigma bond between 2px and px, and form stronger sigma bond is formed between 2px and px orbitals. And next the two py orbitals, they also have lone electrons. Already sigma bond is formed, so one more bond is not possible to form. One more bond is not possible to form. So then what happens? Then they go for two py orbitals go for sideway overlap, lateral overlap. So then here pi bond is formed between py and py, and also we know that pz orbitals has both pz orbitals in two nitrogens also have unpaired electrons. So these two also go for sideway overlap. One more pi bond is formed between pz and pz. So in this way, in the nitrogen, one sigma bond, two pi bonds between py and pz. Px sigma bond is between px. So here, based on this, as the overlapping increases, its bond strength increases. So the valency bond theory has explained the bond strengths with the help of overlapping of orbitals. This is about valency bond theory. In next video, we will discuss about valency bond and hybridations. Thank you.